Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Predictions with PCJ. I am your host, PCJ, the Pop Culture Junkie, aka the Pro Wrestling Junkie. What are we talking about today? We're talking about the predictions for this coming Sunday's WWE special pay-per-view network, whatever they're calling it nowadays. It's the live stream show that's going to be on Sunday, and it's a brand new pay-per-view. That's right, brand new pay-per-view. They've never had this one before. It is WWE Stomping Grounds. Yeah, take it all in. Take it all in. Stomping Grounds. Their logo for this pay-per-view is a giant boot. That's it. A boot with Stomping Grounds written underneath it. Are you kidding me? I mean, where did they come up with these names lately? Great Balls of Fire was hilarious a few years ago, but Stomping Grounds? Are you kidding me? Why is it so difficult just to get Halloween Havoc, Bash at the Beach, Starrcade? Stick with their original classics, Judgment Day, Backlash. I mean, there's so many awesome names from the Attitude Era and from WWE, WCW, WWF, etc. Yet we have to come up with these really just bizarre names. And what does it even mean? What is the purpose of this show to be called Stomping Ground? They have not done anything to build this up as far as why this is called Stomping Ground. Is there a Stomping Ground match? Is there a matchup where 5-on-5 guys are going to throw down and say, you got served? Is this 2003? What is going on here? This pay-per-view is called WWE Stomping Ground, and as many of you know, I'm not even going to save this for the news and rumor section, but as many of you have seen lately, the quality of Raw and SmackDown has been plummeting. They've had their worst ratings week after week after week. I insist, each and every one of you listening, go check out your local ticket sellers, whatever website you use to get tickets for wrestling shows. Go check out the availability of seats. It is embarrassing. They are going to be giving out tickets like crazy. So if you live in Tacoma, which is where the pay-per-view is being held, just go stand around outside the arena and you're probably going to get a handful of tickets, because they are nowhere near a sellout at all. Even the floor seats, the first level up, the nosebleed, everything, they have, a lot to do in a couple of days to try to get that arena to look as full as possible by the time the show starts. And they're going to have to do some tricks. They're going to literally be telling people when they get into the arena, hey, you know what? Sit as close as you want. Just, get side by side, and let's all just sit on one side of the ring, of course, like they do. They're going to be tarping off a lot, it seems like, unless they, again, give out so many tickets to just at least make it look like it was a well-received show with a decent audience. So for this show, we have 9 matches that are advertised, and they haven't specified which one is going to be on the kickoff show, which we always get a hour-long kickoff to discuss the predictions with the kickoff panel, and then they go on to the main show, of course. So let's get to the predictions, because that's why you're here, and then we're going to go to some news and rumors. So starting off, we have the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. This is all about Twitter and social media. This is what the feud is about. And then Bayley drinking Alexa's coffee. And of course, Nikki Cross will be in Alexa Bliss's corner because, according to Alexa, Bayley is saying some mean things about Nikki on social media, and she won't take pictures with fans because they were wearing Nikki Cross merchandise. I didn't even know Nikki Cross had merchandise. She's been on the main roster for months, and she's had maybe 3 matches, if that. I didn't know you could get merch that fast. So anyways, Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. I don't see them dropping the title from Bayley just yet, even though I'm fine with either way, whether it's Bayley or Alexa. But I'm going to say that Nikki is going to interfere, but maybe come around by Monday and realize that she's just being manipulated by Alexa. But I'm going to go with Bayley. I think Bayley is going to retain, and then on Monday, Alexa is going to get upset, and Nikki's going to get fed up and realize, she's being played. So Bayley, I'm going to say, is going to retain. Then we have Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre in a WrestleMania rematch. Obviously, we're going to see Superman punch, spear, pin, and that's it. So Roman Reigns will win. Next up, we have the Raw Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch defending against Lacey Evans. I got to give this to Becky Lynch, because how embarrassing is it to lose your 2 titles 2 shows in a row following when you won them? So yes, Becky Lynch must retain. Going with Becky. Then we have the WWE Universal Championship title match with a special guest referee who will to be named at the show, apparently, because we were teased all this past week on Raw and SmackDown over who's going to be that special guest referee. But we have Seth Rollins defending the title against Baron Corbin. Why on earth would you give the title to Baron Corbin at all? So please, yes, it will be Seth. Who's going to be the referee? I think it's going to be Brock Lesnar or Paul Heyman. I don't see anything else coming out of this unless they realize they've kind of wasted their time and effort, and they just end up saying, just Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn out there. Just do that or something. Or let's put Drew McIntyre out there. Whatever. Who knows? But I'm going to say it's going to be either Heyman or Lesnar. And my pick is Rollins to retain. Then we have the WWE title match, Steel Cage match. Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler. Kofi Kingston will get the win here. Dolph's not going to win the title anytime soon. He's probably not even going to be around much after this pay-per-view because I think he's going on a comedy tour. Then we have the WWE United States Championship match, Samoa Joe versus Ricochet. Samoa Joe the champion, of course. This should be a really great match. It should easily steal the show. I'm looking forward to this one. Ricochet, of course, won the Fatal 5-Way match, or Elimination Fatal 5-Way match on Raw. I just want to say again, though, if you saw that matchup on Raw, it was good, but I really hated that when Ricochet got the pin on Strowman, they had to have Lashley and Cesaro hold down Strowman as well to help Ricochet get the win. I would have been fine with both Cesaro and Lashley attacking Strowman because they're heels, but why are they helping Ricochet, who's a face, get the pin on Strowman? That didn't make any sense at all. So, yeah, I just didn't like that. But I'm going to go with Samoa Joe getting the win here. He needs to have a title run. He's had so much back and forth with Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio, of course, got injured, and so the title went back to Samoa Joe, which I didn't think he should have lost it anyways. But I know there was some confusion, some issues with the match at Money in the Bank. But I'm going to go with Samoa Joe retaining the title here. Then we have a just recently added tag team match, or the first of two, actually, that were just added this week. We have the New Day against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. The New Day is made up of Xavier and Big E. Got to give this to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I mean, they lost two of the main event matches in a row on Raw and SmackDown. Give them a win finally. So, yes, I want Sami Zayn and Owens to get a win here. Then we have the triple threat match for the Cruiserweight title. Tony Nese defending against Akira Tozawa and Drew Gulak. I'd like to see Drew Gulak get a win. I was a big fan of him when he was with Enzo, and I'd like to see Drew Gulak get a push. And last but not least, we have the WWE SmackDown Tag Team title match, Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus Heavy Machinery. This one is also a just thrown on there at the last minute matchup. Heavy Machinery has not had any feuds yet to, earn a tag team title shot. It's basically just, hey, we need a face to challenge Bryan and Rowan, and everyone else is busy, so yeah, put them against Bryan and Rowan. There we go. So I would like to see Heavy Machinery get the win here. I don't think they're going to have Daniel Bryan lose in Tacoma, but could be wrong. But I would like to see Heavy Machinery get the win, but I don't see it happening. So I am going to pick Daniel Bryan and Rowan will get the victory here. That's my predictions for this show. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the show and the predictions of your own in the comment section below. Now let's get on to some news and rumors. So Dave Meltzer has reported in the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer that Lars Sullivan underwent a MRI this week at TV, and the only word coming out of WWE so far is that he could be out for 6 to 9 months due to a knee injury. So that's going to put a halt on the monster storyline they've been doing with him, where he's basically murdering Lucha House Party and other, small opponents. So not sure what that's going to do with his push, because his push was already stopped or halted before it began when he was first coming up to the main roster, with a whole lot of issues he had with some old social media tweets and such. So we'll see it. So we're just going to wait and see what the outcome is if and when he comes back, and what they do with him then. So the Bella Twins were on the Tonight Show recently, and during their appearance, they were questioned about their status with wrestling. And Nikki was quoted as saying, "I really wanted to go back and fight for the tag titles. I've always had my neck issues, and after neck surgery, it hasn't been okay." So they were like, "You're done, no more, you're out," Nikki said. And so I don't get a chance. So Nikki Bella is basically saying she's done. She's not going to be returning to the ring. Not sure if Brie has any desire to come back at all, if her sister's not going to be part of that. But they still have a new season of Total Bellas coming, and so at least we'll see them making autograph appearances at random events, something like that. That's going to be the extent of their, connection to wrestling because the rest of their stuff usually, if you watch the show, my wife loves the Total Bellas and the Divas show, and pretty much all the Bellas do is party. They talk about their wine company and their Birdie Bee clothing service. So that's about it that they're going to see with wrestling, I guess, unless, again, they come back to do anything as far as backstage segments, or maybe they do something to do with commentary, but I don't really want to hear them on commentary. So yeah, it seems as if Nikki Bella is going to be officially done with wrestling, and again, I don't see Brie coming back if her sister's not going to be part of it, which I'm sure Liv Morgan is happy about. And lastly, Bret the Hitman Hart is starring in a new movie coming out next year alongside Corey Feldman. It is going to be a horror movie called Tales from the Dead Zone. So the movie is about a medical examiner conducting autopsies on victims of a horrible car crash who imagines how they may have lived their lives. The anthology links 4 terrifying stories together. All 4 of the stories in the feature film have been shot, and they are gearing up now to shoot and wrap around the story in the fall, says the director Barry Gillis. So we will see Bret the Hitman Hart starring alongside Corey Feldman, of course, famous for Stand By Me, The Lost Boys, and Goonies, and it's slated for a 2020 release. So that should be interesting to see Bret Hart in a horror anthology film. I remember when he was on, Lonesome Dove back in the mid-90s. That was awesome. So very different setting here. Alright, so as always, I always send out a tweet on Twitter to let everyone know when I'll be posting, or first of all, when I'll be recording the prediction videos, along also with my spoilers, recap, and results videos. And I always let people know out there on Twitter and on my Facebook page, if you would like to send me any questions or topics to discuss in the video and you'll get a shout out, do so. Well, I have to say I was pleasantly surprised that I did not get a single reply or a single tweet back. And I don't take offense to that at all, especially considering how no one is interested in this pay-per-view. So I don't blame anyone out there for not sending me questions or topics to discuss for this particular pay-per-view, because I have very little interest in it. I'm just going to watch it because I pay for the network. I watch every pay-per-view anyways, so that's the only reason I am watching it. Am I going to be watching it with my eyes wide open at all times? Probably not. I'll probably be looking at my iPad or talking to my wife or playing around with my son while we're watching stuff in the background. And that's about it, because I just don't have any faith in this pay-per-view being very memorable at all. So we're just going to have to wait and see what they do. There was lots of rumors leading up to this pay-per-view that WWE was going to do all kinds of changes throughout the last 2 weeks of Raw and SmackDown to try to make the show better, to try to make the pay-per-view seem more appealing to the fans and to get more people to subscribe to the network and also buy tickets to go to the show. But again, the matches are rematches we've seen already. It's the same people fighting the same people, not a whole lot on the line, and very predictable endings. I would say this is when, if WWE really wants to, show that they tried something, then all the predictable outcomes need to be completely flipped upside down. So, as predictable as I think that Kofi Kingston is going to retain the title, they should have Dolph Ziggler win and then have Brock Lesnar come into the cage, F5 Ziggler, and get the title that way and then walk out. That'd be a great surprise. Or with Rollins against Baron Corbin, have Lesnar be the referee and have Corbin and Rollins have a decent match, and then just midway, Brock just assaults both of them repeatedly with a briefcase and chair, and then pins Rollins and gets the title. Something, just a little shock value is all we really kind of need sometimes. So it'd be really nice if they could do some kind of a spin, twist, turn, something to really make it be like, wow, I'm glad I didn't miss this pay-per-view. I didn't have a lot of faith going in, but it actually surprised me. So things like that, they really need to try, and they just aren't trying much. So, all right, so again, if you want to send me questions or topics on future prediction videos or my spoiler recap and results video, which I will be doing Sunday evening following the Stomping Ground pay-per-view, just follow me on Twitter, PopCultureJunk2, or follow me on Facebook at the Pop Culture Junkie, and you can send me your topics and questions there. All right, everyone, if you're watching the pay-per-view this weekend, I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you follow along with me on Twitter. I'll be live tweeting all throughout the show. Share with me your thoughts as we're watching it, and let me know what you think of the matches. And did you predict anything correctly like I did, or did you have all the wrong predictions? We'll see. Well, everyone have a great day, great week. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see y'all again. This is PCJ, the Pop Culture Junkie, signing out.